what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say to answer the non-Muslims about their questions? So first, we need to determine what their questions are, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So now, our first step again. What are the questions that non-Muslim have which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers that we know of? We don't know every last one of them. Let's just be frank and honest. But what questions do we know non-Muslims to be asking today that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered in the Quran? Big question. And you youth are responsible for this task. This is an ongoing task. This is going to be for the Ramadan duration, an entire month. And our job is to find out what are the questions that non-Muslims ask about Islam, about the oneness of Allah, that Allah Ta'ala has already answered in the Quran. Note also something very important. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered them in the Quran, we know that they were non-Muslims before today, because obviously the Quran was not revealed today, yes? Yes? Yes. So, how can we place the non-Muslims of today with the non-Muslims of yesterday? That's how we're going to find out what the questions of the non-Muslims are. So when we know these are the questions of the non-Muslims, then we're going to be able to know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered them in the Quran. So, does anyone have the addition to this question? Question from non-Muslim that you've heard about Islam, challenging the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here we come. Virginia Tech in the house. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hopefully he will lead the team. Go ahead. Answer the question. We're asking a question. You have to ask the question with the question.
Answer it with the question?
Yeah, well, because it's, basically, we have to determine what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refuted the non-Muslims with in the Quran about their challenges and their questions about Islam, about the oneness of Allah. So first of all, we have to establish what their sayings or their statements were. And we also have to establish, well, if we do this one, if we establish the similarities between non-Muslims today and non-Muslims yesterday, then that will help us answer ask some of the right questions, right? Have you heard any common non-Muslim challenges about Islam?
Challenges?
Statement challenges. Challenges.
Why they don't believe in Islam?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we've all had some, sure. The whole concept of Islam, the whole concept of the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I mean, probably the big one is Son of God, Jesus.
Okay. So, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about one who believes in Jesus as the Son of God? That's a good one. That's a good one. What did the Quran say about one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God? First of all, what does the Quran say about having any associations with God, having any type of partners with God, having any kind of relationships with God, having any kind of offspring with God? What does the Quran say? Yes.
Allah has no children.
What's that?
Allah has no children.
Allah has no children. Clearly the Quran states that. So that's already refuting what they're saying about Jesus being the Son of God, right? But now what does the Quran say about associating anyone with Allah? In other words, saying that Allah has children. Because this was done in the past. Jesus is not the first one that this was done for, yes.
Greatest sin?
It's the greatest sin. First of all, can you define what the sin is, please?
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Allah is one.
He's the one and only.
First of all, what are they, in the Quran, the one who associates one with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what are they known as? The opposite of monotheist is?
Polytheist.
That's what they are. Okay, period. So, and that doesn't mean that just because of the fact that we say we're Muslim, we're not practicing anything that they do. That doesn't mean that we're not thinking along lines that they think, because after all, we're all what? Human beings, right? So, when we understand the concept of monotheism versus polytheism, then we start to make very clear distinctions between one who has asked questions about the oneness of Allah and how the oneness of Allah refutes those questions, period. For example, in the case of Jesus, the Quran says, period, Allah has no children. So that eliminates that altogether. Then the Quran says that whatever you take, it doesn't matter. You can call them the sun, you can call them the moon, you can call them the children, you can call them the cousins, you can call them the nephews, you can call them the partners. Whatever you take, whatever it is that you take as an association that is a polytheistic practice, and you are no longer living on the commandments of the oneness of God. And it's unfortunate that, we haven't been able to make a clear distinction. So we're going to go on with our answering questions. We need to come out with more. That's a good one. See, I said King is around. King. I mean, you see the crown on top of his head like that? You know what I'm saying? He all crowned up. Don't y'all understand that?
Okay. I don't believe in what I can't see. Or there's no scientific evidence of a God.
Okay. Scientific evidence of God. Lovely. There was another one you said before that. What's the first one you said?
I don't believe what I can't see.
I don't believe what I can't see. Let's deal with I don't believe what I can't see.
That's an easy one.
Why is that an easy one?
So you can't see air.
Okay. But you got to believe in it.
Yeah.
Now, air is a good. I like the refutation of air. But air comes at different stages, right?
Yeah.
Air comes in different forms, right? You believe in that. But don't you believe in going to sleep? Can you describe sleep? Don't you believe in dreams within your sleep? Can you see that? Can you show us that? Most importantly, don't you believe in death? Has anybody come back and told you they died?
That's also like a blind person being like, since I can't see humans, I don't believe in them. I think that's just an arbitrary excuse.
Well, that's very good. See, he's coming up with everything, and I'm not going to allow that to continue to happen because we got some stuff we need to get off our chest. Ain't that right, sisters? Ain't that right? Everybody say that's right, because this is jihad. You know what I'm saying? This is revolution.
What about? Okay.
Hey, look, King man, kind of relax.
I have another one.
You like this, right? You gonna have sit down, get involved. Go ahead.
What about the people that say everything that's happened in my life or that I've achieved is because of me? For me to believe in some invisible fairy that like saved my mother or like stuff like that.
Okay, very good. I love that one actually. Lovely. See, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, he refutes that by asking you, who created the womb that you were formulated in? Who created that? Who gave you the ability to see yourself? Who gave you the ability to hear yourself? Who gave you the ability to eat yourself? Who gave you the ability to talk yourself? Be serious, be real, and realize that the one who gave you that, without asking you, did you want it? And you weren't responding, saying, hey, let me write my little note that I know I'm so good at, before you could even do that. He's going to take it away from you without asking you to write your note either. He's not going to care about how fly you think you are and how much you think you accomplish. And realize something, that this right now that you can see with your naked eye is nothing compared to what you cannot see with your naked eye. Just imagine this. You know you have a heart. Yes?
Yeah.
You have a mind. Yes?
Yeah.
You have veins, muscles, all this in your body. Yes? Can you touch any of them with your naked finger? They're actually a lot more than the skin and the hair that you have on your head. I better go sit down with that.
Hold on.
I'm just saying they need to sit down with that. I'm just letting you know.
You're lucky I gotta
No.
go because I have some more that I want to throw out.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, because
Excuse me, King.
Say,
King
another
Mukhtar,
one.
you
There's
lucky your
another
name. You lucky your name is Mukhtar, because I appreciate Sheikh Mukhtar, man.
There's another
You
one.
know what I'm saying? He got his thumb up like Sheikh Mukhtar, yeah.
There's another
He was really named after Sheikh Mukhtar, and I told
another
him
one
that.
is
Yeah, okay, all right.
like when death occurs or when tragedy occurs in someone's life, they say, "Why would Allah allow that to happen to me? Why would Allah take my mother? Why would Allah?" Let
That's
my-"
lovely.
Oh,
That's
that,
lovely. Yes, Allah Ta'ala refutes that. And He says, look, when the human being is under the worst circumstances in the ocean or on earth, the human being calls out to me, calls out to Lord, 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 come help me now. And once you do that, I will never be bad again. Swears to the Lord like this. And this is how the human being